It means no mind. It means mindlessness.
What do you guys think Mushin means?
I have no idea. I thought it was the last name.
No idea. Sounds like Sue.
I know I've heard it, but I don't know. Patience? Skill?
Where you go from one situation to another situation. Always on offense.
Mushin, it's like chi, but in a different language.
Hey Ashley, what do you think Mushin means?
I think of Mulan.
Mushin means love your woman.
Tana, what does Mushin mean? What keeps somebody going year after year?
Oh, that's a great question. How do you stay with this for the long term? So I tell people to not be too hard on themselves. You know, sometimes even like I love martial arts. I will always be a part of this community. There's no doubt in my mind. My life would be really have a lot less meaning without it. You know, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You want to stick with this for the long term. Don't ever quit, even if you can only stay plugged in by coming once a week for sometimes it takes a few years.
I've been coming to Mushin off and on for about 4 years, maybe 5 years.
How long have you been here?
Since 2013.
What color belt are you?
Brown belt.
I'm Elena Limon, and I've been training at Mushin here for about 3.5 years, and it's probably my favorite place. Like it.
Yeah, my name is Crystal. I've been coming to Mushin for maybe about like a month, so I'm definitely a newbie. I think for me, like just exercising in general can get very repetitive. I love learning something, and especially something that can help you along. Self-defense.
Martial arts is the opposite of violence, and it creates a human who, in most cases, is going to be less prone to that.
A number of times in Bruce Lee's writings, he would say, my opponent contracts, I expand. And when an opportunity presents itself, I do not hit. It hits all by itself. Which he was referring to Mushin. He's not thinking about, my hand needs to punch. The proper tool comes out at the proper time.
I came here because my daughter needed some confidence and was feeling down. So we started together.
What made you keep coming?
I've kind of always wanted to do jiu-jitsu. And once you start, it's a lot harder to start something than to keep going.
So I heard that when you started here, you were working at a restaurant. Now you own your own business. How did Mushin help with that, or did it?
It did. Just the journey of jiu-jitsu takes a long time, so you have to focus on what you want, and that's the same thing with business and anything. You gotta keep moving forward, keep progressing, and so I think it helped a lot with
One of my favorite things is being able to see progress. So sometimes it doesn't come quickly when you're learning a new move or a skill, but there's little moments where you feel yourself improve.
I'm Jonathan Rogers. My dad has always been sort of into the fighting arts. I've always liked boxing, and I've loved kickboxing. And so we've been looking around for quite a while now. We tried Taekwondo and all that stuff. Then we landed here, and, well, it's kind of stuck.
Why? What is it about here that you like?
Well, it's non-nonsense. A lot of the Taekwondo places, for their kids' class, which I started out in, they were sloppy, pretty much. This one's like, you have your forms. If you do it wrong, start again. It's you know?
I'm Alexis Perno. I am a University of Utah student, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu since January this year.
So what brought you here?
So, funny story. Back in January, I actually was assaulted in broad daylight at a Walgreens in downtown Salt Lake City. But in the moment, it was not funny, and nothing scared me more. Like, the knife was scary, but nothing scared me more than the realization that I didn't really know what to do.
What I love about this place is just the camaraderie, and not only that, just the instructors are pretty patient with how you roll and how you should roll. They
It's a learning experience for sure. They don't tell you the answer. They want you to fall for it and just dive into it. After trial and error, if it still doesn't make sense, then go ahead and ask them and see what happens.
Yeah, my name's Jared Brinkhurst, 4-stripe blue belt. So each stripe is 100 hours as a blue belt. And I've got an interesting story. I actually did my first ever jiu-jitsu class in 1999 when, I found out about jiu-jitsu through the UFC. I was never an athlete. I was always very clumsy. I never got picked for school sports. Didn't have very much confidence. And doing jiu-jitsu really gave that to me.
I'm Billy Hansen. Been here for 4 or 5 years now. And I'm a blue belt. I just like wrestling people. I'm a roughhouser.
Who's your favorite person to roll with?
Oh my goodness. Probably Austin. That was actually the first lesson I ever had with Austin.
Why do you want to learn self-defense?
I've been through a couple rough situations where I wish I had known what I now know. And if I had started coming sooner, then I never would have been in that predicament.
I think the thing I love most about coming here is I learn things that are not associated with anything to do with grappling or fighting or anything like that. I think that it's probably just a good way to live, actually. I think I had a friend who said that he thinks that the whole world would be better if kids did more cycling and more gardening, and I think that that's a little bit like the gym here. There's just some things that you learn that you just can't learn in another way.
I think it helps me stay calm under pressure, right? Because you get put in a lot of really uncomfortable positions for a long period of time. Sometimes you can't breathe well, and you've got to still execute your move, your defense, or your escape, or else you pass.
Hi, I'm Teddy.
So Teddy, what brought you to Mushin?
I had an incident on a public bus in California. A woman struck me, and I came to the realization that if it went any further, I had absolutely no skills in self-defense. It's interesting to let somebody in that space. As women, we're very protective of our own personal space. And I started out just in the women's course, which was a great kind of introductory.
We actually had a student named Dane that came to us with the idea of starting a women's only class. And we let him try it, and it was a big success. And then he ended up having to move away. So I took the class over, and I was a little hesitant at first because I had just never taught women only, and instantly fell in love with that class when I started teaching it because women just in general make better martial artists. They just typically make better students of this game.
It's a really good environment. I've made a few friends here already, so I like that. Good community, and Brian's really good at explaining the why behind why you do things, which I feel like helps you understand why you do certain things with your balance and stuff like that.
Totally love it. Every time I come here, everybody is so welcoming.
What's it like sparring with your dad?
He's slow, but he hurts me.
I feel like it's the only sense of community I have. I work from home. I don't go out much, so this is it for me.
So what brought you here?
Fear of others, getting attacked. I've been assaulted, so I want to make sure that I feel protected.
I would say probably the best thing about coming here and being consistent with it is just knowing that I can fight someone if I need to. I know how to at least defend myself if a fight goes to the ground. I feel confident walking by myself through a dark alley if I have to put myself in that situation.
Good. What's your favorite quote from any of the coaches? Something that stuck with you over the years?
Yeah, just a black belt is someone who never quit. Just kept coming. Don't have to earn it fast. Just consistency and stick with it.
Persistence. That's it. That's all it takes. You can have all the other qualities, athleticism, speed, smarts. None of it matters if you quit.
Well, what do you think about Sir Yamasaki?
What?
What did you say?
What do you think about Sir Ryan, Sir Yamasaki?
I don't think I've worked with him too much.
Okay.
Ryan. Oh wait, does he work with the youth program?
That's right.
Oh my god.
Teacher.
Oh my gosh.